What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the World Cup Icons Team 2. And I think they dropped the ball because we have 7 players. We don't have an R9. We don't have a Pele, Cruyff, Eusebio. I don't get why we've got so little players. I know more than likely we will get a mini release on Sunday or even Saturday. I think they came last time. If you're looking for coins, coaching, boosting service, head over to skycoach.gg. Go into your order now. Make sure that you hit the promotional code, type in JT, and get yourself 10% off any services on skycoach.gg. Surely the kind of weight is dropped massively compared to Pele, R9, Cruyff, Eusebio. Eto'o looking stunning. Carlos, always a good left back. Cassius, nice keeper. We've got Blanc, again, a great centre back. And then a few average players that, to be honest, I would still not say no to back them. But I think in general, there's definitely been a loss of weight distribution for these. But we're going to have a look at them. We're going to see, are they worth anything to anybody's team, and what naturally are their rankings in JT's ranking list. So we're going to start with a big boy. We're going to start with Eto'o. So if I can find my sheet, 2.3 million coins as we look at him today. Obviously, it is only one day in, so I can imagine he will drop a little bit. Will he drop a lot? Honestly, I don't know, because 90 rated, he's 800,000 coins, 609 for his base. He is going to be very hard to pack in general because a lot of people, or personally myself, have used all of their 84 times 20s. We've used all our 82 times 20s, our 81s, whatever we've had, as well as any sort of icon pick. There's going to be very little chance other than absolutely blasting the store for packs. The star players, the jumbo ultimates, there's just no more. And personally, I'm tapped out of any sort of FIFA points at this point, so we're not going for these sort of World Cup icons. So naturally, if we get a review, it's mainly just pure luck. But Eto'o is coming in quite nice. I do like his base and his mid. His prime does look very nice. In terms of the difference between the two versions, we've got 2 pace on his prime, 1 shooting, 5 defending minus. Yeah, 5 minus on the defending, 1 on everything else. So not necessarily the massive upgrade, so really his prime can't come in much more than this one. The only difference is his prime's going to have a bigger supply over the course of its kind of span on FIFA 23, whereas obviously once we hit next week, these icons are now redundant. They're out of packs. There's no more supply. It is just demand until we get the primes, and then I can imagine there will be a big dip. The only big thing with these sort of cards is I absolutely love the red going through it. It's just a stunning card. Yes, we all love a prime and moments icon, but definitely the different sort of vibe from these. Obviously having the World Cup at the top as well. It's a nice collector's item if you're into that sort of stuff. Eto'o, without any hesitation, is going into S. 4-star, 5-star, great pace, great shooting, passing's okay, good dribbling, all round solid card. We then look at Shevchenko, so 110,000 coins for this lad, 86 pace, 91 shooting, 86 dribbling, coming in, 110, 4-star, 4-star. Again, a little bit of kind of top-end stats, but again, not necessarily going to be heavily used. If he's 110k on day of release, it does tell you all you need to know. We've got an 86 and an 88, both coming in at 70,000 coins. His prime, again, very much like Eto'o, 1 rated higher, no real stat increases. So I can see these primes absolutely plummeting from having another version that literally bridges the gap between most of them of their mid and primes. It's just going to be disaster for these primes in terms of price, which is great because we are going to be reviewing every single one of them. But Shevchenko, in terms of usability, I personally wouldn't say he's got much. 70k for his other versions, 110 for this. A nice icon to put in your team for cheap, but in actual fact, I'm probably just going to have to say B. Why not? We'll throw Hernandez in here as well. So 88 rated, 316k, might I add. A 4-star, 4-star. We've got an 87 and an 85. One coming in at 89, 139 as the mid. And obviously his prime is coming in at a +2. But the funny thing is, so the difference, which is absolutely mental, between this 88 World Cup icon and his prime 90 is 1 passing, 1 physical, and 1 dribbling. No pace increase, no shooting, no defending. That is nuts that we've got a 2 overall and we've got very, very little upgrade. I don't understand it. Basically meaning there is no difference between the Prime and the World Cup icon Hernandez. So realistically, I'm seeing a price of what the Prime's going to be. And once the Prime's out, they're both going to die. They're both going to absolutely plummet in terms of market because there's just two cards that are exactly the same. So that says it all for me. Saying it, 4-star, great pace, good acceleration on him. Obviously with I think people would say Hunter. I'd say Hunter is definitely the way to go for him. 99 pace, 94 shooting, composure at 86, good agility, nothing really strength based, good heading, being 5'9", not expecting too much. I think genuinely this icon comes in quite nice compared to his counterpart Hugo Sanchez, whose weak foot just does not get going. I'm gonna put Hernandez in A. Onto my favorite left back in the game. Always love a bit of Roberto Carlos. Coming in at 1.2 mil. Again, with his prime upgrade, it's +1s across the board. I'm expecting very similar things. Base is still coming in at 7, just shy of 700. That's his mid, for instance, actually. His base coming in at 395. Still a very hefty price for a base. You've seen some bases now. We can get a lot of icons between 70 and 200k. So to be over that on every version of him so far, I can imagine the prime to be coming in just shy of a mil as well. I'd imagine this card would probably go down to about 800, maybe 900, just because it's only +1s, and then his prime to probably chill around about a mil in terms of price value. In terms of how good he is, I think there's very few left backs this year that are completely meta relevant. Theo Hernandez, Furlan Mendy gold, always. Hopefully he gets a special card soon. You've got Capdevia, a new one that is he is absolutely beautiful. The World Cup hero is a stunning left back. And we've got our man Roberto Carlos. He's obviously got the 3-star. Unfortunately, no massive weak foot upgrade here. Pace has always been good. Defending's solid, to be honest. I would go Anchor, I think is where I personally would go. People are saying Shadow, but I think with 91 pace already, that obviously maxes out at 98, 92 defending. I'd rather have the 95 pace and 91 defending and physical rather than just one or the other. So for me, I'd definitely go Anchor and definitely coming in the top tier of this tier list. Baggio, the highest rated card in this team 2, 92 rated, 87 pace, 83 shooting, 91 dribbling, 90 passing. A solid cam. Coming in at 5'9", 5-star, 4-star. He has got a 93 coming, which again is just +1s and 1+2 on passing. Again, with these icons, it is a shame that there is no big gap, like they couldn't increase the primes a little bit, because I feel like these could have been primes and we could have just got moments instead. Maybe probably, how would you do it? Because obviously they follow a pattern. Base mids come out first, bases go out, primes come in. It's got to be somewhere between December, otherwise bases haven't had enough time. But I think with bases, the fact that we've had so many already, or so many SBCs for instance already, I'd have probably maybe kind of just at the start of maybe the World Cup icons released all of the primes, or at least batches of primes, and use these instead. Then maybe making moments. I know they're making more campaigns or whatever they're going to be doing. I just think these are going to really affect the primes massively because there's just not enough upgrade. If you've managed to get a Baggio untradeable, you really don't need to go get that prime at all because there is very little difference. The only difference really is if he has a weak foot or skill move upgrade, or in very rare cases, there's a position change, which normally is pretty good because we have that secondary position now. So again, that now really doesn't make that much of a difference. 309k though, we've got, like I say, good pace. Shooting could do with some work. He's got great finishing, not enough shot power. Dribbling looks good, but definitely could do with some more agility. And passing's good. I'm thinking this card is personally either screaming a basic or an engine. So for instance, a basic will give him, if I can find B, it'll give you 89 pace, 85 shooting, 93 passing, 96 dribbling with a +4 on his agility. Or you go with the engine, 91 pace, 95 passing, and 84 and 89 agility balance. I think that, again, is a very, very well-rounded cam. Overall wise, I would be very close to putting him in S, but I think in terms of if we're thinking cams, thinking logically, I think AS for right now will do. Then we have another keeper to go with. Cassius, 91 rated, really liked his mid this year. It is a shame that we've got, again, another version of him. We haven't actually got the Prime on Footbin, so I don't know if we're going to get a Prime again. I'm assuming so. I don't think that they just take them away. But in terms of this, we've got the 91. Obviously, normally I think his Prime was 92, I want to say. If we have a look... Oh, no, that was his moments. Yeah, 92 is where we're going with. We get 1 on the dive in, 1 handle in, same kick in. Reflex is up by 4. Wow. Okay, and 1 speed and no positioning. So again, very, very little difference on these upgrades. And to be fair, he's coming in at 179 already, which is absolutely crackers. Mid is coming in at 150. Base is coming in at 96. So it's weird to think that he's already dropped so much. I know keepers are not necessarily notorious to hold their value other than Van der Sar, to be honest. So I am not surprised and surprised that he's already dropped so much. I suppose the market just does what it wants in terms of supply and demand. I can imagine a lot of people are probably getting the goalkeeper more so than anybody else. But again, coming in relatively cheap now. If you're looking for a cheeky little goalkeeper, you can give him a go. He'll definitely be in the next tier list of goalkeepers in probably like a month. We might do it during Team of the Year time, as we need a few more keepers to go in there. But in terms of Cassius, I absolutely rate him. I think he's a solid keeper. Mid did very well for me. Mid and base did alright. Didn't have as many games with a base, but obviously the mids played like a couple of 100 games with me, which was absolutely brilliant on the second account. And I think for me, he sits in the AS. And finally on to Blanc. So we have the 90 rated centre-back who starts as an 85 cam. Then he has an 89 centre-back as his mid. He then has a 91 centre-back as his prime. And he has 1 minus pace, 1 plus defending, and 1 minus dribbling. You can't make it up. Honestly, I just don't get it. I don't get these stat increases or stat decreases from prime to mid or World Cup icon. But this card obviously comes in very nice. I think in terms of what you want, the pace is always going to be more beneficial. You go with the shadow with this card, 88 pace, 97 defending. It is mainly his jumping that lets his physicality down. He's already got the 85 strength, 88 aggression, and 88 stamina. That for me is more than good enough. Good composure, bit of passing. Can't argue with him. I think for me, he's coming in at 374 and he makes his way to the top of the tier list. And that is where we're going to finish it. I think they're pretty standard. Obviously, we should get a mini release. I actually don't know who's left, to be honest. But that is going to be all of Team 2 so far. We may have a look at the final 3 when they come out on either Saturday or Sunday. Let me know down below what you think. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this. And I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.